Very well, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a greater update about Granit Xhaka. Of course, by now you must be knowing it if you are on Twitter already. Chris Wheatley confirms that Arsenal have completed the contract extension of Granit Xhaka. More importantly, we have a little update about Lacazette. Of course, some other sources mention certain things about Martin Odegaard that we are going to discuss about it. Reece Nelson, and of course, Lautaro Martinez. The first news is of course about Granit Xhaka. So Chris Wheatley says Granit Xhaka has signed a new contract extension with Arsenal. The deal is actually until 2024, improved terms as an improved salary, with another option to extend until 2025. Well, it's a 4 year 2024. Until then, the contract will be extended, and another year is an option that Arsenal could actually exercise if they want to in the future. Well, not only him, it's Fabrizio Romano, and of course the one, the only Sam J. Dean. He also says that he understands that Arsenal have taken up an option to extend Xhaka's contract until 2024. There is another option to extend it for one more year until 2025. Moving on, so it looks like Arsenal will wear Visit Rwanda on their shirt sleeves for at least 2 more years. Well, yes, Rwanda President Paul Kagame has previously criticized the Kroenke ownership on Twitter, as we all know that there is no spending, but, well, they somehow are hypocrite, I would say, because Chris Wheatley tweeted out that understand that Arsenal's 4 year extension of the Visit Rwanda deal will be worth up to £10 million a year for the club. So if you consider the whole Adidas deal and plus this sponsorship of Visit Rwanda, well, they're going to make some serious cash. Well, also, talking about more different stuff, let's talk about, yes, the European Super League, or what exactly is going to happen, because, well, according to ECA Europe, or European Clubs Association, which all the clubs that definitely wanted to join the Super League, they had to abandon this, and it looks like Arsenal are one of the clubs that are back after abandoning the European Super League. Well, yes, the 9 Super League clubs, including the 3 holdouts, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Juventus, have signed legally binding commitments to be reinstated into the ECA, which is now run by Nasser Al Khelaifi. An announcement should be made later today. We're going to talk about that, of course. So, Tariq Panja tweeted out that 9 Super League clubs, not the 3 holdouts, 6 from England, 2 Milan teams, and Atletico Madrid, have signed legally binding commitments in order to be reinstated to the Nasser Khelaifi run European Club Association. Should be an announcement later today. Idea is to make the likelihood of them joining another breakaway harder. The reality is that they all have good lawyers, and when opportunity knocks, don't be surprised if those legal commitments end up looking flimsy. Equally, from their side, they will expect football's rule makers to live up to their expectations when it comes to enforcement of regulations and a lot of other things. So, Super League looks like may not happen, but you never know. You never know. Moving on, so Joe Willock is the only first-team player that Arsenal actually have sold on a permanent deal. Mavropanos and Matteo Guendouzi's departures were initial loan deals. You know, yes. And moving on, so talking about more different stuffs. Well, Arsenal have spoken to the representatives of Alex Moriba from Barcelona to express interest in bringing him to Arsenal. That is according to Clock and News 90-minute football. Yes, they say that the highly rated 18-year-old has been banished to the reserves this year after refusing to extend his contract at Camp Nou, leaving Barcelona fearing that they may need a new they need to find a new buyer before next summer he could leave on free. There is no shortage of interest. I mean, United, Chelsea, and Manchester City all want him. Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham have all spoken to his representatives, and they are interested that it is understood that West Ham, Leicester, Wolves, and Everton have all been offered the chance to sign the 18-year-old as well. Well, at Barcelona right now, it's only one single rule: if you don't want to extend, you leave. You don't stay at the club. Simple as that. Well, also according to ABC, via Arsenal are willing to pay £25 million for Martin Odegaard. Real Madrid want 34 million plus £8.5 million in add-ons and a buyback clause, which is ridiculous. 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 In the Guardian report, Arsenal hope business speeds up in the final fortnight of the window and will push to sign Martin Odegaard. Real are happy to let him go, and Arsenal could get him on a reduced fee of around £34 million. They're also looking for a goalkeeper with NATO among their target. It doesn't sound good. NATO. Alan Nixon tweeted out that Sheffield United Ramsdale very keen to get his Arsenal move, pushing hard to get away. Clubs can't sort of, and he wants to be in the Premier League. This one may escalate, is what he tweeted out. So it's going to be tough, but one of the players that really wants to leave Arsenal is Hector Bellerin. So according to David Ornstein, Hector Bellerin is determined to leave Arsenal this summer and is understood to be growing extremely frustrated at what he perceives to be a reluctance from the club to sanction his exit. Bellerin is said to have made his desire clear to Mikel Arteta and Edu that he wants to leave. Game over. That's it. That's all that needs to happen, and he needs to leave. Arsenal are keen to strengthen in that Bellerin's position, and they are looking at Emerson Royal and of course Kieran Trippier, both in a similar situation that they might leave the club. Royal has just signed with Barcelona, so that may not happen, but still, let's see what does happen. Moving on, so talking about none other than Fabrizio Romano on Arsenal Lounge opened up about Lacazette. He says, I would keep an eye out on Lacazette more than Aubameyang. Talking about transfers because there is a chance of Lacazette will be leaving Arsenal in the next days. And so let's see what happens. If they want to sign a new striker, they need to sell a striker. This is why Arsenal did not sign Tammy, because they had no chance to sell Lacazette in those days. And on Aubameyang, he says, his salary is a big problem. I was asking in the past few days about potential Inter opportunities because Inter always appreciated Aubameyang. This salary is impossible. Let's see why with Barcelona, but Barcelona are trying to get rid of high salaries. I don't see signing a player with salary around 10 million euros net per season. It's really difficult. On Arsenal's struggle to get rid of players, Fabrizio said, I don't think it's an easy situation because Arsenal have a lot of players, and in this market, it isn't easy to get rid of players. For example, Bellerin still being at the club, it's not easy to find a solution, and Nketiah still not decided what they want to do. From what I'm told in the dressing room, I'm not told there is a big problem in the dressing room, but more of a problem of too many players in the same position, in particular in attacking position. If Lacazette goes, is there any other target? Fabrizio says, for Vlahovic, I'm told it's more than difficult, and I'm told there is nothing advanced with Arsenal. I'm sure they want to sign a new striker if Lacazette goes because it's not 100% sure. Tammy was the first option. Lautaro was another option, but he is set to stay at Inter, and he will discuss a new deal with Inter. And talking about Arteta, Fabrizio says that at the moment I'm told the position is still the same. They are with Arteta, of course. Disappointed because they were expecting something different in the start of the season, and so the situation isn't the best one, but they are with Arteta. And about the right back role, Fabrizio says, yes, they are looking for a right back. As we know for a long time, this is 100% confirmed. Bellerin wants to try something new. The problem is everyone knows that Bellerin wants to go, and Arsenal are prepared to sell him, and this is why many clubs are waiting. Maybe for the final week or final days of the window to jump into a deal and to try to find a solution, because they were trying with Inter, but he was never first option for Inter. Spanish clubs are looking at this situation, so let's see. The main target for right back was Hakimi at the start of the window, but it was impossible. They now need to find a good solution, but it isn't easy. Expect the final 2 weeks to be very busy for Arsenal. For outgoings, he says, Fenerbahce and Nice are interested in Kolasinac. Torreira has something with Lazio. They are looking for a solution, and according to Fabrizio opinion, they will find a solution. Willian will be leaving the club. On incomings, he says, Odegaard has always been the target. It's true that they appreciate Maddison, but they never have been in advanced transfer talks with him because it is really difficult as Leicester are not under pressure to sell him. Odegaard has a strong relationship with with Arteta, and he loves his life in London with Arsenal. They are now waiting for Real Madrid to give the green light for Odegaard, and they have a bid ready to sign him on a permanent deal. Odegaard would be prepared to come back to Arsenal in the next few hours and days, and they will be negotiating with Real Madrid for Odegaard. For Ramsdale, it was about the price. It was only about the price. They are prepared to pay around 20 to 21 million euros for Ramsdale, but Sheffield, they want more than this. I won't say it's 100% finished this deal. I would keep an eye out on NATO. On Aouar, he says, Aouar is a player they love. They are still waiting to see what happens with the Lyon, because there is a completely different situation, because they wanted the player last summer, but now he's completely still, he could still be an opportunity for Arsenal and Tottenham. That is exactly what is happening according to Fabrizio Romano. And as mentioned, Reece Nelson has removed his Instagram profile picture for some weird reason. I'm pretty much sure it's really weird that I don't want to know about it. Moving on. According to Sky Italia, Inter Milan decided not to sell another big player this summer apart from Lukaku. The process of renewing the contract of Lautaro Martinez is accelerating. On Wednesday, the meeting with the players' agents to reach an agreement. So it's a strong possibility that Lautaro signs a new contract with Inter. But my biggest issue with Lautaro is that like his problem with Inter would be again the salary. Lautaro wants a lot. Inter were stuttering, but if there is no agreement, Arsenal could pounce. Could. It's a very heavy could that comes out of my mouth. But yep, that is that. With this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye bye. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.